This video is sponsored by me. Well, really by the tens of members over on my Patreon page. They're a pretty fun bunch, and you're welcome to join them. Perks include early access to upcoming videos, downloadable exercises, transcriptions from lesson videos, and occasional patron-only videos. Shout me $1.50 to say thanks, $4.50 for full access. And if you pay more, who knows what sort of extra learning you'll get. Link in the description. Paying more may or may not lead to more learning. Hi everyone, welcome back to another walking bass lesson. I've received a few requests to do this tune, so today we'll be looking at Cherokee. Cherokee is a fun little tune composed by Ray Noble in 1938 and popularized by the great Charlie Parker. It's been played and recorded by so many great jazz artists like Duke Ellington, Bud Powell, Clifford Brown, Christian McBride, and so many others. Okay, structure and form time. Cherokee has a standard AABA form, but unlike most jazz standards that follow this structure, the total bar length is doubled to 64 bars, 16 bars per section. The A sections are firmly established in the home key of B flat major, which has two flats, B flat and E flat. We start with the 1 chord for 2 bars, followed by a 2-5-1 into the 4 chord. A flat 7 is a backdoor dominant 7th, resolving up by a whole step to the 1 chord again. C7 is a secondary dominant 7th in the key of B flat, the 5 of 5 chord. Here it's used as a color chord, brightening up the sound. C minor 7 is the standard 2 chord. Then we see G7, the 5 of 2 chord, and a 2-5 in B flat, setting up the next A section. The second A section is identical, except for the last line, which is a straight 2-5-1 in B flat. The B section cycles through 3 new key centers through 2-5-1s. The key of B major in line 1, which has 5 sharps, A major in line 2, which has 3 sharps, and G major in line 3, which has just 1 sharp. Line 4 pivots us back to the home key of B flat major again via a 2-5 in F, then a 2-5 in B flat. The final A section is identical to the second A section, with the optional extra of a 1-6-2-5 turnaround to conclude the progression. If you're watching this video, you probably already know that Cherokee is a very fast tune, often played at tempos well in excess of 200 beats per minute. In fact, the Aebersold backing track that I'm using for this lesson is approaching 300 beats per minute. Some pointers about walking fast. Firstly, fast walking bass playing is a totally different animal to walking at a more leisurely pace. It can be very challenging to think up lines on the fly, so memorization becomes all the more important. You'll need to know the chord progression like the back of your hand, and as many pre-composed walking lines as possible. Secondly, it can be very physically taxing to your technique with both hands. The aim of the game is to minimize tension and to maximize playing efficiency when walking fast. We can do this by playing lines that stay in one left-hand position for as long as possible, like half position if you're playing the upright bass. And we'll see this in the first 2 A sections of the etude today. And by playing lines that don't string skip too much, which can make it harder on the right hand. So now, have a listen to the line, read along with the music, and let's discuss some different approaches.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
The first technique for walking fast is keeping your left hand in one position, not moving it around. The first A section starts off in what we call half position, and that is from the open strings E, A, D and G up to the third fret, G, C, F and B flat. So the entire first A section is just here, and let me play it for you now. 1, 2, 3, 4. No movement from the left hand whatsoever. Makes it ideal for playing fast. The next technique is playing some doubled notes, which we saw in the first 2 bars, and making use of things like walk-ups and walk-downs. For chords like A flat 7, this chord typically requires a bit of shifting with the left hand, and a lot more work needs to be done if you want to play the chord tones, for example. So you need to think a bit more outside the box when you get to a chord like this. And so the line that I wrote for this one still keeps us in half position, but it makes use of different notes in the key. So we're playing the root, 6, 5, and we're playing a passing note B natural to get to the third. And then we're going to play a leading note or passing note E natural into the 6 again, and then the 5th. When we get to the C7 chord, this is a nice phrase you hear players like Ron Carter and Paul Chambers play. They play root, drop to the open E string, and then the open A string. Playing opens is a great way to give your left hand a break. Then we can walk up. Walk up C minor, G7 arpeggio. So that's the first A section. Let's go on to the second A section. We're going to continue playing some double notes. Descending. Notice playing the G as an open allows you to easily shift to play G flat. Descending and walk up. This next line is a very, very classic example of something that Ron Carter might play. One thing I've noticed that he does all the time is when he's playing fast, he keeps his notes very, very close together. He uses a lot of chromaticism, keeps everything really close, and he doesn't play the same finger. He always changes fingers. And in doing this, he's able to play lines that are very fast and that sound really cool. So this line sounds like this. Pay attention to this line in bar 23 on the A flat 7 chord. This is a pattern that will come up many times in this etude. So the intervals are root, 2nd, A flat, B flat, and then 5th, E flat, and then back to the 2nd, B flat, before returning to A flat again. Okay, keep an eye out for that one because we'll play it again many more times. Drops and walk-ups are a good thing. And we'll play a B flat major 7 arpeggio on the 1 chord here. Now notice I'll play open D string so I can shift and get into a slightly better position as this line is now going to go a bit further up the neck to this C sharp for the start of the B section. Now we get more lines in the style of Ron Carter here. A lot of passing notes. That's the same phrase we talked about on the A flat 7 chord back in bar 23. Root, second, 5, second, root. And now descending B major pentatonic. So easy from this position. All the notes fall right under the fingers. Root, 6, 5, and third. Continuing on. Descending A major scale. And now we're in first position here for this entire line. Walk up, and a walk up on the 5 chord as well. Still in first position. Open string, open string. I can shift back to half position now for the last line. And a walk up to get to the B flat for the final A section. This is more of the same. More of the doubled notes. Half position again. Doubled notes. Chromatics. And more doubled notes. Open strings. Okay, we're going to do a walk up again. Then we're going to walk straight back down the way we came up. And shift. Same idea, but now on C7. Descending. Shift. Now for the last line, we're going to target some different notes. We're going to play root, second, third of C minor, D, and then play the 5th of F7. Open E, root, third. And now for the turnaround, root, open D, shift, open G, third of G7. Root, chromatic, root, open A, shift back. Start of the second chorus. Thanks for checking out the lesson. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you're interested in downloading the full walking bass line, head over to my Patreon page and you'll find it there in both standard notations and tab notations. Please leave any tune requests down in the comments below and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.